Hey devs, welcome back. The swipeable stack always starts with the first data in the array. This array, start date of weeks in a year, contains all the Mondays of the year, starting with 27th of December. However, our header is showing August because the header is using the date from the current date. I will fix this up as well. I want the swipeable stack to have an ability to jump into a particular data in the array. So I will create a parameter, jumpTo, where I can specify an element in the array that it can jump to. The app should always start on the current week. So if I know what date is the Monday of the current week, then I can specify that here in the jumpTo parameter. So I will grab the Monday of the current date. I will create a function in the view model called startDate of week that will accept a date and call it to do just that, grab the Monday of that date. In this instance, I will just pass the current date. The function will use date components to get the week in the year for that date. So we have 52 weeks in a year. This function will return that particular week. And all we have to do is get the date of that week. And it will always return the first day of the week, depending on your calendar type. The calendar type that we are using is ISO 8601. So this will return the Monday as the start date of the week. Once I have the start date of the current week, I can now jump to that element in the array. I will now modify the swipeable stack to accept a jumpTo parameter. I will make it optional, so if I don't specify anything, it will just start with the first element in the array. I will add this in the initialization as an optional parameter. If it is specified, then I will store that element in a var called jumpTo. Just note that here in Swipeable Stack, I don't know what the type of the element is. I am still using the generic, whatever type of data. In the onAppear of the Swipeable Stack, I will check if there is a jumpTo element. I will search for its position in the input array. Then I will assign that position in the data index var, which keeps track of the index of the element being displayed. The current date is 7th of August, which is a Sunday. If you can see, we are now showing the week of the 7th of August. As I've said, I created this swipeable stack to be reusable. So let's try it by creating another one here with just rounded rectangles. I will just create an array on the fly with integers 1, 2, and 3. And this will be our data, an array of ints. And our content is just a rounded rectangle. And I will fill this with yellow so we can see it. I will make this occupy as much area in the lower half. And I will also ignore safe area. If you can see, the rounded rectangle is also swipeable, and we can swipe one at a time. I can also specify here a jumpTo, and if you notice, our jumpTo element here is an integer. It is not a date like the other swipeable stack here for our WeekView. That is the power of generics. What I want to do next is to put a circle to the current date at the start. I will add it as a background, as a z-stack on the day text. And we'll add a circle with a width and height of 30. Then I will add some proper padding. Now it's putting a circle in all the days in the week, I want to put a circle only on the current date. So I will create a function that will check for that. The function is current, will accept a date, and will check if that date is equal to the current date, then it will return true, otherwise false. Then I will check if this date D is the current date. Only then I will put a circle. That looks fine. Just going to fix up the foreground color as it is currently using black. So if it is the current date, then I will use white. Otherwise, I will use black. Next up is I want to be able to tap on a date, and there will be a circle on that date. So what's going to happen is when I tap, I will set the current date to that date that I tap. I will just have to change the setCurrentDate function as it is currently receiving a string. So I will change it now to accept a date. The problem with this WeekView is when I swipe and the month has changed, the header remains in August, as it is getting that from the current date. What I want to do is, when the date on the WeekView changes, I want the header to reflect the month for that date. So here in onChange, let's see what's happening. When I swipe, it is showing 3 times. So the date changes 3 times. This is because our custom Swipeable Stack is calling the WeekView multiple times to display the previous, the center, and the next view. Now, I am only interested with the center view. So, if only we can pass something into the content to identify whether the call to the WeekView is for the previous, center, or next. I will create an enum for these called ViewPosition. The Swipeable Stack will now always return which view position it is creating for. I really don't like this implementation. Maybe if I will find some other solution for this, I will change this. But this is good for now. If you know of any solution as well, let me know in the comment section. I will fix it up here as well, as we are now passing the view position when we call the content. I have to change the way I call the Swipeable Stack. Let's see. When I swipe, the WeekView is called 3 times, but I can now see whether the call is for the center, previous, or next view. And as I'm only interested with the center view, so if it is the center view, then I will change the current date. Now, when I swipe further left and the week starts with July, then the header changes. Let's try going forward to September. If you notice, the current date is set twice. It is set when I tap on a date, and it is set again when I swipe on the view. The second one is not right. If you see, the circle changes position. If I tap on a Thursday, then I swipe, the circle moves to a Monday. After the swipe, it is always moving to Monday because of this set current date here in onChange. So let's change that. I will have a function here that will get the position of the date that I tap. So I will have the current date and the array of dates in a week. I will then search for the current date where it appears in the array. And I will keep that position. And when I swipe, I will always put a circle on that position of the week. Now, if I tap on Thursday, the circle will always be on Thursday when I swipe. When I tap on Saturday, it will always be Saturday when I swipe. Just one small improvement on the header date. I apologize again. It is not much improvement on the app, but what we did here are techniques that are reusable if you have projects that will require custom views or custom containers. If you think I implemented things incorrectly, let me know in the comment section. Next time, we will create the events, and it will be much more interesting. Happy coding!